Hello everyone, thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you for being on my channel. I really want this to um, be informative, and if you're new here, please click that like and subscribe. If you have returned and you haven't, click that like and subscribe. I really would appreciate that. I really want to try to help as many people as I can. So today I want to touch on a word that gives angst to people, and that is the word diet. So it shouldn't bring you angst because diet just simply means what we consume. Everyone has a diet. It isn't anything, it doesn't have to be anything restrictive simply because it just encompasses what we eat and drink on a daily basis. But I'm going to briefly touch on the word diet as it pertains to what we typically think about, something that we typically have to be on from time to time to reduce weight. So I want to talk about briefly the South Beach diet, and I'm bringing it up because I've decided to go on South Beach Phase 1. Now, I've been on this diet before. It's not the only diet out there, and certainly you have your choices of diet. And yes, we can go on to a long debate about just diets in general, right? As we know, as long as we expend more energy than the calories we take in, our weight's going to go down. So you can eat 1,000 calories in of donuts in a day, but as long as you're expending energy greater than those 1,000 calories, you're going to lose weight. You may not necessarily be all that healthy if that's all that you're consuming are donuts. I certainly wouldn't recommend it, but nonetheless, if you expend more energy, more caloric energy than the calories you take in, you're going to reduce your weight. But the South Beach diet works for me, so that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up. South Beach Phase 1. South Beach is in 3 phases. There's the restrictive Phase 1, there's the Phase 2 where you start adding in complex carbohydrates, a bit more food, it's a bit more relaxed. And then Phase 3 is more of a lifestyle phase, right? So this is what you're on. If you want to stick with the plan, that's essentially what you do is you stay on Phase 3 for as long as you need. It's a maintenance phase. So Phase 1, what is about Phase 1? Phase 1 is very restrictive as far as carbohydrates are concerned. No pasta, no potatoes, bread is out, rice is out, even fruits are out because fruits have fructose. Fructose is sugar. So those foods are out. But what it does have is lots of protein and lots of fiber. And you can, as long as you add exercise with it, you find yourself expending the calories, but not really necessarily feeling like you're deprived because of the protein and because of the healthy fats that's being consumed. So those are there. I typically don't feel like I am depriving myself. I feel like I feel like I have enough food, and the only thing that hits me every now and then is, of course, what you would think is because of those sugars. About the second week, because it's a 2-week, Phase 1 is 2 week, the second week it kind of does catch up. It's like you do sort of feel like, oh my goodness, I would love to have a cookie right now. But that, for me, that subsides pretty quickly. And by the end of Phase 1, I'm kind of leveled out. Actually, 1 or 2 days after Phase 1, once we start incorporating some complex carbohydrates, I feel very much alert, very much energetic, because I have purged myself from all those sugars and carbohydrates that my body at the time is craving. So it's high protein, healthy fats, high fiber, Meals are very tasty. They're not. They don't make you feel like you're depriving yourself. The purpose of South Beach is to change the overall balance of the foods you eat to encourage weight loss and healthy lifestyle, and it teaches you essentially how to eat. And that's the reason why I really liked it, is because it teaches you how to eat. There are other diets out there that will tell you just, buy my food or do this or do that and just listen to me. And sure, you could lose weight if you stick to the plan, especially if you're incorporating exercise. But at the end of it all, is it really teaching you how to eat? And that's what really is important. That's what trips a lot of people up, is that they will go on these diets, multiple diets out there. They will go on something and they'll stick to it for a few weeks, maybe a month or so, and then afterwards they'll go back to their bad habits and they'll gain all the weight back that they'd lost. In fact, there are many studies out there that show that people who are on a very restrictive diet tend to gain more weight after they come off the diet. This is not the case for South Beach, and that's one of the reasons why I like it, is because it teaches you how to eat, like I said, and if you go stick with it all the way to phase 3, you sort of get an idea of what type of food that you need to eat just to maintain a healthy lifestyle, or at least when it comes to your relationship with food. And it encourages exercise. So the diet doesn't just say eat this food, and you'll become healthy, wealthy, and wise. It means you also have to exercise. So don't forget that. A lot of people incorporate different changes in their diet to lose weight, which is great as long as you're doing it healthy. But they forget to incorporate, or not forget, but sometimes just choose not to incorporate exercise, and that's where it trips you up. It has to be both diet and exercise. Now, between the two, I will tell you that diet supersedes exercise, only because it's about 70, depending upon what literature you read, it's either 75-25 or 70-30, somewhere around there as far as your nutrition and your exercise. But certainly, if you can't out exercise a bad diet. You can go to the gym all you want to, you can exercise all you want to, but if your diet sucks, then if you want to eat those cookies and pies and chips all day, not all day, but every day, and not change your diet to a healthy diet, you're not going to out exercise that. So warnings and side effects, of course, obviously everything has a warning, has a side effect. Always talk to your physician first if you to go on a diet or to go on a workout regimen. You should always check with your primary care provider to make sure you're healthy enough for these diets, or for the South Beach diet, or to have an exercise program, something that you're going to stick with all the time and go into the gym. Before you start doing that, consult a physician. There's always that in the phase 1, especially, is what I'm really referring to, because your brain and your body requires glucose, requires complex carbohydrates to function. You'll start feeling a little brain fog. You'll start feeling a little weak in the first 2 weeks. Your exercise regimen may not be up to standards, but that will pass. 2 weeks will be over with, and then you can start incorporating more of these complex carbohydrates, healthy fats into your diet, and you'll start feeling that brain fog will dissipate. For me, it just takes 1 day of just being able to work in some healthy carbs into my diet, and definitely by 2 days I'm back, and I feel even better, because those sugar cravings and simple carbohydrate cravings are out of my system. Real quickly, again, I just want to let you know that there are plenty of other diets out there, and there are different ways of losing weight. I am bringing this up to you because this is what works for me, and hopefully my experience can help educate you, and possibly look into the South Beach diet, or any particular diet that will teach you how to eat, how to better manage that relationship between you and food. And hey, as far as that's concerned, some of us may even need to go see counselors, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you have an unhealthy relationship with food, absolutely, that's part of the pillars, right? Is you got to get your mind right. If you can't get your mind right, then pretty much everything that you're trying to build on top of that foundation is going to crumble. So here I go. I am going to start South Beach Phase 1. I am going to hopefully purge those cravings. Yes, I'll lose a few pounds. Typically, I lose about 5 pounds in those 2 weeks. We'll see. And so I'll check back in with you and let you know how things are going. Thank you. God bless. And I'll see you again later.